Hello guys and welcome back to another video. Manchester City head to St James's Park for a very big game of football against Newcastle United. Eddie Howe's Newcastle United, a rejuvenated and very rich Newcastle United, essentially us like 12, 13 years ago. So let's just see how this goes. 14 years ago actually, 2008 wasn't it? Let's see how this goes. It's going to be a really fascinating game. Of course, there is loads to talk about today, loads of little sub-narratives, loads of plots, loads of team news as well, and loads of intrigue ahead of this game. We're going to talk about the team news, try and predict the 11, news about players being injured and so on and whatever, and of course look at Newcastle a little bit closer. But first, a quick word from our sponsor for this video. This video is sponsored by Midnight. Midnight is unique. It's the only app on the market, the only betting app on the market designed specifically not just for sports fans, but for gamers and esports fans as well. Yep, gamers and esports fans. The esports industry is absolutely thriving right now. So if you're a fan of games such as Counter-Strike, Valorant, or League of Legends, and many, many more, well, this is the betting app for you. Midnight has gone to great extent to design a user interface for gamers to feel familiar and at home with, right down to the tiniest little details. And even more than that, they have their own Discord channel where people share their winnings and share their tips and get involved with the community over at Midnight. And it isn't just esports that they provide the best odds for. They also cover sporting events as well, including the new Premier League season and a wide variety of events and tournaments across the sporting world. And Midnight prides itself on its whole host of great features too. There are weekly and monthly promos for all users, so there's always something exciting to get involved with. And thankfully, and very importantly, deposits and payouts are really, really easy. That's how it should be after all. It is your money. And there's also no minimum withdrawal amount. And if you're a fan of cash outs as well, that is here on Midnight. You can cash out your winnings anytime you feel like before a match ends. To put it simply, you are in control of your bets. And of course, because the new season is here, there is a new sign-up offer for those looking to get involved. You can click the link in the description below, right down there, or head over to the website, or download the app by clicking that link once again. There's a new season offer where you can bet £20 and get a free £20 bet of your choosing. And as always, please do remember to gamble responsibly. Basically, don't let the game play you. And if it isn't fun anymore, you always should stop. You of course have to as well be over 18 to gamble. So that is Midnight, a new place for gamers and esports fans to have a bet if you want to. If you're a big fan of that kind of stuff, check out the link in the description below and get that new sign-up offer. So let's get into this game then. So this is going to be very, very interesting. Of course, City have started the season excellently. 2 wins out of 2 so far, an away trip to West Ham, a comfortable victory over Bournemouth. Of course, as well, a clean sheet so far. And we are going for 3 straight wins. And we've got a 4-point gap over Liverpool, which is really key. And we've only conceded 2 shots so far across the 180 minutes of Premier League action. So that's really good, man. Just the 2 shots conceded shows how good City's defensive record has been and how in tune City have been so far with essentially with their performances and the fitness. It's been really good. Of course, we do have that 4-point gap over Liverpool, which it's so easy on, man. How many games left? 36. So what's that? Is it like 100? Quick math, 108 points left or something like that? I don't know, something like that. There's absolutely loads of points to play for. So of course it doesn't matter yet. And as Guardiola said in the press conference, it's just 2 Premier League games. It's very early days. After 2 fixtures, we cannot make any plans about the future. The future is Newcastle. He was asked about the 4-point gap and he joked, it matters a lot. Just the 111 points to play. Quick maths there, Pep, you're wrong, unfortunately. It's 108, I think. I'm pretty certain I'm right there. But either way, fundamentally, Guardiola is right. It's not something you can pay attention to at this stage because it simply doesn't really matter. It doesn't. But it's nice. It's absolutely nice. Of course, Newcastle are a team that will give us a little bit of a problem. They've had a decent start to their campaign as well, beating Forest 2-0 and a draw away at Brighton. They're unbeaten on 4 points. And of course, Newcastle as a project, they'll be hoping to take their 11th place finish last season where they had an excellent turn of form, one of the most informed teams in the Premier League from January onwards into this season. They'll be looking for a top 10 finish. They're probably looking for a Europa League kind of spot, and they do have the quality and the momentum at very least to do that, though it has been a quieter summer than they would have imagined. But this game, look, I'm expecting this game to be physical. I'm expecting this game to be relatively aggressive. Newcastle up against us as a massive challenge. They're going to rise to this, and they've got the quality to do it. And of course, we can't really ignore the St. James's Park factor. That is definitely going to play into the quality of this game and how it unfolds. They'll be up for it, the Geordies, man. They absolutely will be, and rightfully so. And they're a very good team. And City are going to have to be really, really on it. I know going away to West Ham is difficult, but this is going to be more difficult in my personal opinion. And I've got the confidence of us to actually get this job done. I really do think we can do it, but I'm expecting this to be a physical, tough battle. Thankfully, and we'll get on to Newcastle later on, Newcastle are relatively settled in terms of what they are and how they play, so we should be able to tell. So in terms of the actual team news, well, Guardiola did have a little bit of news. Thankfully, Cole Palmer and Kalvin Phillips are back in training, which is excellent news. It really is, because obviously that depth is crucial with the 5 substitutes available these days. Kalvin Phillips will want to get on the pitch and get some minutes, and there's a good chance we could see him. And of course, Cole Palmer, I'm almost certain he would have come on the other day, maybe instead of Rico Lewis or something like that, if he was available and got some more minutes under his belt. The good news as well is it looks like Sergio Gomez is going to be involved. Guardiola was asked about Gomez and he said, so good so far, no complaints. Yep, I think he's ready and I think he'll be part of the plans tomorrow. He said he's settling into the department, his mood is exceptional and he's starting to know us. I really like this news, this is great. Gomez is a very versatile player, and as I said in my various videos about him, I wouldn't be surprised if one day we see him play in multiple positions for Man City, not just as left back, because first and foremost, he's an excellent footballer. Can he be an excellent left back? Well, time will tell. He's a promising one, but can he be an excellent one? Well, that'll be something that we'll see in the future. But I do think Guardiola will like this guy because he's got the right attitude, he's got the right ability, he's La Masia trained, he's versatile, he's intelligent. Very much a Guardiola kind of footballer. Sadly, there are some players of injuries. Guardiola said some players are suffering from some niggles. I hate that word. We use it so often with Manchester City. I don't know who that is. I mean, the speculation is it's Jack Grealish, because Grealish did obviously have that knock in the game against Bournemouth, and he wasn't really spotted in the training video. I can't really think training pictures and videos. I can't really think who else that could be. Maybe it's just him. I don't really know, and I guess we'll have to wait and see until tomorrow, or maybe something else will come out in the embargoed comments later tonight or something, but that's all we know so far, which does take me to the lineup. Now, I can't really decide if there'll be a lot of changes here or not. I don't think there will be. Personally. I think it'll be a relatively settled Manchester City. And Guardiola will use the friendly against Barcelona in midweek, which Guardiola was very positive about, by the way. He did say that he's looking forward to using that as a chance to get some minutes for the players who hasn't played much so far. And I do actually think that'll be people like Stones and Kalvin Phillips and so on. But I reckon he's going to go for Ederson in goal. I think it'll be the same back four because one, it works, and two, it's settled. Walker, Diaz, Ake, Cancelo is my prediction for the back four. We all know it's going to be Rodri, ridiculous man. Rodri holding the midfield there. De Bruyne is obviously going to play as well because he's Kevin De Bruyne. Who plays here? Is it going to be Bernardo Silva or is it going to be Gundogan? Now, a lot of the narrative around Bernardo Silva was that he was on the bench because, because obviously there was all those shenanigans with him allegedly going to Barcelona. This week, it seems to become pretty clear that he's going to stay at Manchester City. Obviously, it's only 99% clear because nothing's closed yet, but everything suggests that he's going to stay at Manchester City. Now, does that mean he'll get a return to the team? I don't know. I'm also not entirely convinced that it's fully on that he wasn't playing on the pitch as well. I do think Gundogan has shown his form to be absolutely incredible so far, and I do wonder if Gundogan's playing simply on merit, because Guardiola does love the people who can control the game and so on. As good as Bernardo is as that, I don't think Bernardo's quite as cute in those little pockets behind the strikers as Gundogan is. And I do wonder if now we've got a striker, and think when we had Aguero, if he wants someone who's better at playing the pass before the assist, or even getting the assist or whatever, then Bernardo is. And I think Gundogan is the most similar to David Silva that we've got in that way. Someone who's better closer to the strikers and inside the left channels and so on. Putting, maybe Gomez or Foden or Cancelo or Grealish or whatever on the left through to then get the cross across to Haaland for the tap-ins. I do wonder if he's playing him because he's the closest thing we've got to David Silva, basically. It could also just be that, Bernardo was potentially going to Barcelona, so Guardiola was like, I'm going to play Gundo because he needs to get his fitness up. I don't know. But I do think we'll probably see Gundo, and Bernardo will be on the bench again for this game. It could be Bernardo for his energy, maybe away at St. James's Park. Oh, it's so difficult. Now I'm going to go for Gundogan there. Who knows? What should be Bernardo and Gundogan and no De Bruyne or something? The forward three, I think, picks itself if the rumours about Grealish not being fit are true. I think we're going to see Foden on the left, Mahrez on the right, and Erling Braut Haaland through the middle. And I think that's pretty much obvious. The bench, though, does look an awful lot stronger. It'll obviously be Ortega. John Stones will be there. No Laporte still, of course. Sergio Gomez. Then I think we'll obviously have potentially Calvin Phillips, Alvarez, then Cole Palmer as well. And who else have I missed? I probably missed someone there. I can't even think about it. Oh, yeah, it'll be Bernardo or Gundogan. And then maybe Grealish might not be involved. Maybe a couple of youth players. But already that looks an awful lot stronger. So let's look at Newcastle. They have had a great start to their campaign so far, beating Forest 2-0, and they were deserved victors that day as well. I'm looking at the stats right now against Forest. They battered them, to be honest, statistically, 23 shots to their 5. 0 shots on target for Forest and 10 for Newcastle. It was a battering. They weren't as fortuitous against Brighton. In fact, they were probably lucky to get away with a draw against Brighton. Brighton were the better team in that game. They dominated statistically and chance-wise against Newcastle, which bodes well for us because obviously, you know, Brighton are a passing team, and if they can do that, maybe we can do it too. But Newcastle's still obviously an excellent side, and what I like about Newcastle right now is they're relatively settled as well. Looking at both lineup for these games, it's pretty much the same. I think it was the same, other than maybe the left back changed. I'm just double checking. Yeah, I think the only thing that changed was the fact that Target, I don't know if he was injured or whatever, but he wasn't playing, and Dan Burn played at left back. Was it Dan Burn? It was Dan Burn played at left back for the Brighton game for Newcastle. That team, though, it's settled. It is settled. No, Botman came in as well, actually, so there's a couple of changes in defence. But the midfield for them, Joe Willock, Bruno Guimaraes, obviously a quality player. Joelinton is turned into this brilliant, aggressive, dynamic box-to-box midfielder under Eddie Howe, a masterclass. They're really strong, that three. It's full of energy, dynamism, and guile. Bruno Guimaraes is obviously a brilliant player. Real Madrid apparently sniffing around him, so that's a lot of quality. And then the front three, Callum Wilson's a good player. I like Callum Wilson. It's only really injuries that have held him back. But then they've got Almiron on the right and Alan St-Maximin on the left. Of course, both of them are capable of moments of magic. The only thing that lets them down is their final ball. Almiron may have a bone to pick or two with this game, because Jack Grealish, if you remember, during the parade, made a joke when he was very drunk on the tour bus, saying, Bernardo was playing like, was it Riyad? Riyad or Bernardo was playing like Almiron. Jesus, Jack. Funny but unnecessary shade from there at Almiron, catching strays for no reason. He might be up for this to show Jack Grealish a thing or two, understandably so. We didn't need to do that, Jack. Maximin, of course, is just a game changer if he's on it. They've got the quality as well. Kieran Trippier there, the set piece is an absolute threat. All he needs is one chance. He's free kick in the top corner. Nick Pope's an excellent shot stopper. Shaw, Botman, Byrne, good defenders. And they've got quality, and we know how they play. Aggressive. They pass it around quite nicely with Bruno Guimaraes, of course, pulling the strings, and a lot of pace and skill on the wings, and just quality. In general, they're a sturdy team. They're aggressive. I will be doing an opposition preview, by the way, with Chris from 𝐿𝐴 Shots. That'll be going up tomorrow morning, where he'll obviously talk a lot more in depth about Newcastle. But Newcastle are a good side, but we know how they play, and I think they're going to play the same way against City as well. I suspect they'll be a little bit more conservative. They'll sit back a little bit deeper. But we've got to be prepared to essentially go against a tough Newcastle side, an aggressive one. We have been good so far on the transition, but they are good as well on the counter with the pace of St-Maximin. You never know what he's going to do, so we'll have to keep him quiet. And Joelinton as well will be up for this game with the pace and the strength that he's got. Same with Willock and so on. It's a good team, man. It's a good team. Having said that, my prediction, I do think City are going to win this. I've gone for 3-1, I think. City on my Super 6, I think. Have I gone 3-1? I think I have gone 3-1. So I'm going to stick with 3-1, I reckon. I do think City will control this game, and I think we'll put in a really impressive performance, because so far there's nothing to suggest that we won't. City have been really organised. I'm really on it so far, and I'm loving what we've seen. So I'm going for a 3-1. I'm going to have Haaland to grab a brace. I'm going to go for... Who's going to get the other? Phil Foden, I reckon. Phil Foden will probably get the other. Hopefully I'm right about that, and that I can see maybe Callum Wilson getting a header for them or something like that. we'll see how it goes, won't we? Guys, thanks very much for watching this video. Do let me know down in the comments what you make of that particular lineup and how you think the game will go tomorrow. There will be a video tomorrow morning, of course, with the opposition preview with Chris from 𝐿𝐴𝐸𝐴𝐸. Look forward to that tomorrow. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and thank you, of course, to all the patrons currently scrolling down the side of the screen. These are my lifeblood, absolute heroes. Patreon.com/Esteemed Company. If you want to help support the channel a tiny bit more, it is appreciated, I promise you. For now, though, subscribe and all the usual stuff, and I'll catch you tomorrow for another video in a bit.